Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to JB's Total Gaming, and today I'd like to present to you a free-to-play game that isn't garbage. Well, I tentatively say that. Why tentatively? Well, the game is pretty neat. But, of course, it is free-to-play, and like many games of this ilk, the business model is not exactly fantastic. So, I present to you Clash Royale, excuse me. So, this is a card game, kind of. A real-time strategy game, kind of. Imagine a game where you're gradually gaining mana, but unlike Hearthstone where it happens turn after turn, you get more. This game, you just gradually build it up because you're playing in real time. Then you have cards that cost a certain amount of mana. So here we can see, this Spear Goblins, and it costs 2 mana to cast, and then you can level it up by getting more of the same cards. So if I have 2 out of 4, right now it's level 2, if I get 2 more of the same cards, then I will be able to level up this card to level 3 for a certain gold cost. And I believe it shows at the bottom there, upgrade 20 gold, but I can't do it right now because I do not have the cards. But eventually if I get them, I'll be able to do that for the cost. And each one of these characters will give you information. For example, this guy has a ridiculous amount of hit points, and he hits for pretty good damage. He's a melee character, but he only hits buildings. Well, why is that important? Well, we'll see when we actually get to the game. The goal of the game is to destroy your opponent's castle. There's a couple ways to do about it. There's basically 2 side castles and a main castle in the middle and the back. If you destroy their main castle in the back, you win. However, there's a time limit, and whoever has destroyed the most castles at the end of the game, if no one has destroyed their opponent's main castle, wins. If it's tied when time runs out, there's basically sudden death. Whoever is the first player to destroy any castle is the winner. So these are some cards that I don't have in my deck right now, so I could swap cards in and out. I have up to 3 different deck builds that I can do. But why don't I show you the actual game? So why don't we play the game? I'll show you why I think it's pretty cool. And, well, I'll tell you why I also think the game is not pretty cool. The gameplay itself is really interesting, though. So let's go to a battle. It pretty instantly connects you to an opponent. I don't know if there are, like, fake AI players that just show up if you don't connect right away. But so we're going to wait till our mana gets to full. And then we're going to go ahead and drop a witch, and we still have 4 left. Now, she's like a summoning person that summons little skeletons, and we'll see how our opponent reacts. And then, because they reacted with a swarm of people, I dropped a character that basically does AoE damage. So a lot of this game is going to be, you're going to drag your person down to where you want, but actually how far away you summon the person, when you summon the person, and what you summon is going to be really important because, well, there are things that counter other things. Like, for example, I threw down that bomb guy that's good at taking out mobs. So I threw down this guy to try to take out the people who are taking out, my guy right there. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this down, this rain of arrows. Now, I actually should have waited and maybe took out, I didn't really see his goblins there. And I'm not necessarily playing super well right now, just kind of trying to talk and play the game. So, you kind of have this lane combat. Okay, so now he's thrown down his own giant, and I've got to put a stop to that before he destroys my building. Now, his giant, because it only attacks buildings, is going to ignore any characters I have out and just go after my tower. Now, thankfully, I was able to stop the giant, and then I got to get rid of this guy, and let's go ahead and throw down a musketeer. So we have taken out one of his towers. Now, he's sending a wave of guys after us. And basically, we can try to push towards his mid tower, we can hang back, we can try to destroy his other tower, so I'm going to wait and try to react to whatever our opponent does. But once we get to full mana, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and make a push. Now that I've destroyed that tower, I can put forward guys more quickly, basically put them further ahead. So we got a pretty good hit there. Let's go ahead and put down this guy and try to take out his guy that's trying to attack our giant. So if we destroy his center tower, we win. Now, when there's only a minute left in the game, the game speeds up, and you have this, basically you get the elixir that you use to summon stuff twice as fast. So we're both trying to make a push in this lane. If he's able to destroy my tower before time runs out, we go into overtime. If he's not, then I will go ahead and win the game. So I'm going to go ahead and play defensively and just throw a bunch of stuff in front of this knight here. Now I'm going to shoot down this rain of arrows in order, to take out his stuff. So yeah, we stopped his assault, but yeah, let's throw down another AoE guy. Well, that's not going to matter now. We stopped his assault, and we may actually have enough to push to destroy his tower before the time limit's up anyways. I guess we'll see. So let's go ahead and throw another person down there. Like I said, I can put people further ahead now that I've destroyed the tower on that side. And basically, yeah, I've won the game at this point. It doesn't really matter if I destroy his tower or not, because he won't be able to destroy one of my towers. And we did actually win by destroying his center tower. And much like Hearthstone, you have a few limited emotes that you can say to the other player. So, alright, so whenever you win, you'll get a chest. Well, here's where the bad thing is. So far, really like the game. There is strategy to how you build your deck, how you play. You have to think about kind of your mana curve, if you will. You can't have all really expensive units. You can't have, and if you have all cheap units, you might not have the firepower to actually win the match. So we got some rewards basically for winning, and we did get, there are certain things that trigger automatically. So every certain amount of time you get some free chests. Because we got a certain number of wins, we get to open this chest. So basically this chest is probably going to give us some gold and some cards. So we got 73 gold that we'll use to upgrade units. Okay, great. 5 cards. So this card actually gave us some gems. Gems are the kind of premium currency that you can use to buy chests. You can use to buy gold. I think you can kind of swap back and forth. I'm not sure. But gems are also important to open chests. But we'll get to that in a second. So 2 whole gems. Whoop-de-doo. So now we got some more Goblin Spearmen. So we'll be able to level up those Goblin Spearmen now. Alright, we'll be able to level up our Goblins. And we have 1 towards the next level up. Let's see here. We'll be able to level up our arrows as well. And our Fireball, which we didn't have in that deck. But we'll be able to do that. So why don't I go do that right now? We've got 4 level ups we can do. So you can go ahead and see that. Costs 20 gold to upgrade this guy, and then hit the stats that are kind of highlighted. You'll see the pluses there, what this guy will get. And as you play the game, you'll move up in levels, and then they try to rank you against players of a similar level. So, okay, we've done that. And we don't have to go through and do all of these, but I mean, you get the idea of how the upgrades work. So, cards in your deck, the first time you get it, it'll unlock that card for you to be able to use, and then getting more of those cards basically allow you to upgrade. Great. So, you go into battles, and so my next crown chest, so now there's a timer on it in 20 hours, and I'm going to get some small wooden chests for free in like 12 minutes. However, like I said, when you win a chest, you get a silver chest. And here I have 4 slots down at the bottom of my screen of chests that I have attained. And they're all filled. All my slots are filled. So getting... I believe I can't actually get another chest. I'm not sure. I might be able to replace one. I haven't tried yet. I just kind of downloaded the game today. I've been playing around. And, well, here's the thing, though. You notice there is 1 chest ticking down. All of these chests are silver chests, which I believe are the most common ones you'll get for a win. At least it seems that way. And I can say to open one. And they open in 3 hours. But I can only open 1 at a time. It's not like I can have them all unlocking and ticking down. Only 1 can tick down at a time. However, you can, of course, open one with the gems. So right now I have 61 gems. So yeah, so it's basically saying I'll get 20 to 25 gold and 3 cards. So you can see I'll go ahead and spend some of these gems. Great. So I'll be able to open this chest. 21 gold, and what cards did I get? So we got some archers, we got some more of the arrows, and a knight who's almost ready to level up. Okay, so gameplay wise, really interesting game. Really neat how you have to think about your placements. Maybe if they have a guy coming at you from far away who's going to do a bunch of damage to your tower, you have a ranged unit, maybe you want to put the ranged unit far away close to your tower so they can fire at that guy before it gets to you. Maybe if you have a melee guy about to cross the bridge and you have a good melee counter, you put them right up against each other. They came in with swarms, you counter with AoE. They came in with flying creatures, and you counter with creatures who can attack in the air. So let's look at a musketeer here. We can see that they can target air and ground. And basically there are things that people prioritize. Obviously they're going to have to take down a tower on a lane they're in before they'll go after the center tower. And they'll prioritize certain things, whereas the giant here will only go after buildings. You'll just ignore troops. So there's quite a bit of gameplay to it, determining when you want to play stuff. Do you want to play aggressively? Do you want to sit back and counter? Do you want to focus on taking out their stuff and then hitting? Do you want to, how do you want to build your deck? And even though I don't have a lot of cards unlocked yet, I can see kind of why there's quite a bit of strategy to the game. And let's go ahead and get into one more game. And I really, really like the gameplay. But as you can see, you win 4 games, and let's say you have 4 silver chests. Well, you can if you don't want to pay anything, not play for 3 hours to open one of them and then win one more game, I mean, you do get some gems as you play, but you're going to run out of those quickly. And actually, why don't we go ahead to the store here? So you can actually buy individual cards. So you can buy, these cards are the ones I have right now, and new cards will appear in 8 minutes, 7 seconds. So I could spend 2,000 gold to get another witch and upgrade her. I really do like the witch, but, not going to do that. And then there are chests you can buy with the gems, or you can buy gems. So 80 gems for $1, all the way up to 14,000 gems for $100. Alright, one last thing to show off here. You can go to this television thing and watch basically recently recorded matches of high-ranked players. So now let's go ahead and check this out while we finish talking about the game. Overall, basically, great gameplay. Terrible business model. Now, most free-to-play games have terrible gameplay, terrible business model, but they manage to get people addicted. They manage to get the whales, as they're called, in order to spend a bunch of money, even if a lot of other people don't spend money. And that's, the name of the game in free-to-play. So, super disappointed that I can't just, basically purchase the game and play it. And I should say that I made it sound like you have to spend money to play the game. You don't. You can, keep playing the game even after your chests are filled up. The issue being that you won't be able to, get those chests and open them and get more stuff and level up. So you can play the game all you want, but you can't really, progress, if you will, the way, by getting more cards and leveling up cards and stuff like that. So overall, really neat game. Just, wish the business model was better. Not sure if I'm going to play more of this. I like the game. I'm going to keep it on for now and play it here and there, but not sure if it's going to be something I really get into, because I'm not sure I really could unless, I want to spend money on it or just grind while not really progressing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I might look at it some more later, but I'm also going to be coming out with some more stuff, some videos on actual board game apps on the iPad. If you enjoyed, check out some other videos. Go ahead, like, subscribe, or whatever, and we'll be back with some more stuff. So thanks again for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you again soon.